Yeah, here we go, everyone. At camp. And I'm going to set up. Now, basically, what I wanted to do on this one is to, I've got the Hill People gear pack, and I just wanted to show you sort of the contents and how I've got it set up, and the central designed mother canteen kit. But the main part of this is I want to show you that what I've got in this pack and having it all set up. Got my phone in now, but put that there. So they're quite a small pack, but very comfortable, really comfortable. And inside it, I had the set of the modular system, which I've sold loads of them because people have seen the videos of it and sort of recreated it and want to do it. So what I've got in the bottles of mess, I don't need that much mess, but I've got the methylated spirits. At the bottom here, I've got a mat. So yeah, so got mess. Got a mess burner. Got the brew kit. For water, I've got my Vargo Bolt, and which is about 900 mils, and the heavy canteen, which is about 1100, so about 2 litres of water. So that's not only a cooking pot, but it's also for water. In the top here, I have a small, medium, low box pouch, and that's got my food and bits and pieces in there. Doesn't have to be packed out. Next up, I've got a large box pouch, which inside there I've got a tarp and a hammock, which we'll set up in a minute. And just in there, just in case, but I doubt it today, I've got a down jacket. The only thing I would add to this maybe was to put on the bottom or on the sides would be a poncho or waterproof jacket. In the side pockets, I've got one of my little pocket pouches, which has just got a lighter and a flint and steel and some matches, which I keep down there. And very similar here is a sort of possibles kit with like some fat wood, some plasters and some fire lighting. A bit of a like a survival kit in there, and that's all that goes in there. Goes in there quite easy. But what I was trying to do with this is maximise the pack, so I can fill it all up. And I've still got a bit of space in there. I've still got a bit of space in there. And then you can put stuff on the outside. So yeah, we'll set that up in a minute. What we'll do here, I'll just show you what I've got in this. I've got my keys on there, let's take that off a minute. We'll come up here. So this is the Centre Lines Systems Mother Canteen, and we're going to get a brew on anyway. So in the top, on the front patch, got a fire lighter or striker. Then I've got one of the firebox nanos in titanium, recently new purchase, not new, second-hand deal of someone. And next up, all this is remember, this is for your canteen kit, is a brew kit, just a small brew kit, teas, coffees, sugar, all that in there. So that just goes in the front patch. On this side, I've got one of Des Catty's little burners, cracking bit of kit. If you ain't got one, get one, very cheap. You most can buy 2 or 3 for the price of a Trangia. And in and out, got some methylated spirits, so that fits in one side. Now on the other side, it's a bit of a tools and a bit of a survival kit really. So I've got one of the Des Catty's wax paper, some matches, one of the Exotac bip spools, which has got needle, thread and gaffer tape, and you can see I've refilled that, but it's a bit short, the gaffer tape that I was using. That's Gorilla tape, so I would have thought it would fit. And one multi-purpose item, which is a Leatherman wave, and you can do so much with that. And that's all in there really. Spoon, MSR spoon, water, cup and lid. And the only thing what I've done with is put some cordage on the side, and I've put some buckles on the bottom to have as a little mat. So I just made this little, if it's wet, say you just take going out with that and it's wet, you can put that down and you've got yourself a little seat. So that's today's contents. The only thing got me on there is my neck knife, which I've got in now, but I'm going to put on shortly. A little spider coat knife, which is great, and a lighter on my person. So that's the complete loadout of today. Let's get a brew going, shall we? Cool. So, what we'll do, we'll put a hammock up, I think. We could put a tarp up, but let's see if we can get a hammock set up. Don't know if there's enough width in this hammock to set this up. It's quite a big gap between the two trees. Let's hope. Now, I must have left one of the bungees to one side. Not the bungees, the webbing, but I can get around it. I can get around it somehow. There's a will, there's a way. But I do need another decent bit of wood. Yeah, cool, that's better. One note, I have to remember, make another bit of webbing for this side. And what we do is just put that in there. It will stretch out a bit. But hopefully, if I don't have the hammock too high, it'll be all right. Every time, I don't know why. I might bring it down closer. The only thing I don't like, which is what I'm going to do, because I don't like it up against the whoopee sling up against the tree. I'm going to put this behind it to protect the tree, because I don't want to hurt it. That's my only concern. So. Oh yes. We're comfy. That's just the right height. Let's just get a brew on the go. So it's quite easy, quick setup. We've got a striker, and we've got this firebox nano, which I picked up off a mate Carl. It's a titanium version, and it's quite nice because it's got the tin. This is the trangier adapters if you want the trangier on it, but you have to have the original, proper trangier. So we've even got one of these fire blankets, and if you've seen the Rough Timber's new bush pot oven tray, well, the 12cm one fits perfect in there within the kit, which is pretty cool. So obviously, like today, it's warm. We don't want no real fires. So, real fire, we just want to have a mess burner. So this actually fits in some little grooves there. Then we get the old Des Catty burner out. And this, I'm going to show you how I use the Des Catty burner, just in case anyone who's got them out there. Now, obviously there's like a Muslim or fire type of material in the bottom there, and which the mess burns into. So to have a brew, you don't actually put a lot in there. All you're doing is topping it up, and the rest of the fluid is actually sitting in that material. So I find the best thing to do is obviously top it up to the point where you start seeing the fluid, which is about there. Put it in there. Get our striker. We're on the go. Now, you don't need a lot. Once that finishes up heating the water up, you don't need a lot of water, a lot of mess for the next brew, because it's got that mess all soaked into the bottom there. Maybe I can show you. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the water out of the bowl. Got myself soaked at the same time, that's fine. And just chuck a lid on it, and that won't take too long. And I'll have a coffee. So get the old military ration coffee. Put the mess back. The guys around camp all chatting away, not doing anything as usual. Sitting around nattering and drinking tea. And he looks like he's already ready to fall asleep. But it's relaxing and they're enjoying it, that's the main thing. Right, I'll bring you back in a minute. I actually might put a bit of sugar in it. Right, let's go and I want to make some tent pegs, so I want a nice sort of straight bit of wood. So I might put that tarp up, and I thought I'll show you what it looks like basically just demonstrating how much stuff you can get in this pack. But if I go down here and grab out a leveler, one hand, we can go and look for nice bits of wood. I don't want thin bits of wood, nothing too big. What the guys are doing. Let's have a little nose. I was putting up a top. Maybe something like this. That's one. Eddie's filming. Tony's in the hammock. To be honest, I've never been over this part of the woodland. So I see, oh, spider in the face. Yeah, I've never been over there. Pretty cool. Good thing of having a Leatherman, it's got majority of the tools you need. So, I'll say about that sort of thickness would be good enough. And don't have to be too long, that sort of length. I'll try and get 6. Obviously it's not as good as a silky, but or a Lapalander, but for what we want today, it's good enough. Four. Let's get 2 more out of here. What are you doing, mate? Baldrick. So I'll do 1 tent peg. Now there's actually a couple of ways to do tent pegs and try and get them on film. So let's get this piece here. Obviously you want a point at one end. Which I don't like to have too pointy, I just sort of then shampoo the edge off. Doing the same in the end, obviously, when you whack it in, you don't want to split it. Do that, and there you want to just put a split. Now this is me using a knife way, but you can use the saw and do a cross cut, which for harder woods I'd recommend doing, but for this should be fine. And I quite like this feeling when you do that, and he does that crack noise. I really like that. I should have my glasses on so I can see what I'm doing, but and that is one quick, simple tent peg. So I'm just going to do that to the rest of them, and we'll be good. Go. We've got ourselves 6 tent pegs, and you can actually, these are dry out, and you can give them an oil, and they will last. But let's go back to camp and put this hammock up. So the reason of showing you this is it's basically in a lightweight setup. You can have a hammock, you can have a tarp, you can have a brew kit, you can have a stove. Don't get it wrong, you have to have lightweight equipment, but so this is a Heidelberg tarp. I don't know if that's small or 5. I ain't got my glasses on, but we'll chuck this up. This actually don't take too long to put up. Just to adjust it up. It's always a bit high, but you really want it a bit lower than that, which you can do quite easily. Cool, it's better. I think the only downside to this tarp is the amount of guide points to it. Just goes perfect there. So there we go. This tarp covers this hammock perfectly, and it's all fitting in that bag. And even in the winter time, this would work totally fine. Just drop it down a bit, but it fits out perfectly. Time for that brew, I think. Let's go and do that. So I've just made a cosy for the bot. So basically, once it's heated up, I can chuck it in here, and it will keep it warm. And it does. It works pretty well. So what I'm doing is just giving it just a top up, literally like that. That's all you need. bang this on. Obviously it's warm today, mess is warm, so it's going to heat quite easily. So what we're going to do with this, just chuck that on there like that. That should do the job. And for lunch, it might be messy, but I might have some cheese and mac, more mac and cheese. 250 ml of water, yeah, maybe. No, I do actually. And the plan is to get it in there. Just let it heat up. I still got to take it easy when I'm sitting there. You just don't know, do you? Oh. I could lie out for a bit. Oh, yes. It's hard work in the woods, I'm telling you. Yeah. Everyone's starting to do some lunch. It's all very quiet in camp. Eddie's just on the verge of falling off asleep. Alan's cooking lunch, and Tony's got gammon, and Jeff is just Jeff. So what I've done, I think, because of the pans, it's so close to the top of the actual stove, the flame's not getting a chance to hit it, so I've just pulled the legs around, put the little rough timber grill on there, and that's running a lot better now. You could actually cook, I reckon, a burger on that quite easily. Obviously you wouldn't do steaks or anything like that, but maybe a burger, a small bit of meat, maybe a steak or something. Nothing big, but it's not really designed to do a great deal, just that. It's a bit watery, to be honest, but you never can tell how much water to put in these things. But that will keep it warm, and hopefully it soak up the pasta.
I dumped the water, but it was murky.
So just heads up, I just wanted to show you. I was using the rough timber grill, and it fits. If you've got one of these nanos by firebox, fits in there perfectly. It's just, you're not going to cook low, but it's, if you've got a small pot maybe, or if you want to cook a burger, maybe some sausages, it'll do the job. So yes, just sort of packing up a bit, not going yet, but I've had a little snooze in the hammock. Yeah, so I was had a little snooze in the hammock. You know, why not? It was really comfortable, and you know, 15 minutes, close your eyes, that was cool. And it's a quite nice temperature now. It's the sun's not out, it's got quite a sort of not too hot heat, which was, yesterday was terrible, and today, this morning, it was quite warm, but no, it's all right now. But what I'm going to do is actually pack all this up and put it away, and just, that's it really. We're not going yet anyway. So I didn't show you, so I might have a brew in a minute, but this is one of them. Des has had Hidden Valley on YouTube. He showed them a few months ago, and I thought I like that. So I bought a couple of them, and they're just handy just to go in your pack. Can't remember exactly where I got them from, but they're designed for the Crusader Cup or anything like that. So it just sits in there. Put your burner at the bottom. I might have a brew in a minute with it. Pretty cool and lightweight, but for me, I just like them because it's a stove which can just send sort of any rucksack, even like this one. it can slide down the back there quite easily. Picked up this Ben Alford knife, another dibble, as I say, from a friend. And I don't know if I showed it in the other video, but it's the Ben Alford Trapper, and this is it. But I've been super impressed with it. I don't know, it just seems to work really well, even though that bit there is not to my liking. And it's got the rounded off edges, which Ben's going to 90 degree for us. And I might get a leather sheath for it. Really, really impressed with it. It just seems to work well. I just thought I'd grab a bit of wood and do some, just a bit of something. Seems to go through wood really nice. Right, this is a bit of naff bit of wood, but you can hear it jumping again. But if we can get some nice clean motion. It's just like a pleasure to use, even with that little handle. It's still usable. Funny when you're doing feather sticks, you just sort of get in it's in the mindset of it. I don't know, it's quite a satisfying thing to do. Obviously I'm just cutting off feathers here, not doing anything major, but so it's got a pocket here, which just and that's tiny. So the two medium box patches, I'm going to explain this in the video, hopefully people will see it. So they set the base of the pack, then this medium low box sits nicely on top. Then the bolt or any other stove you had could go, a box would go in there, pot. I might make myself another one of them because two of them in this configuration will fit in there quite nicely. And then we've got all our tent pegs, which I'll put on the side. Loads of fixings, so that's quite an easy, lightweight setup. Right, so 1, 2, 4. Got another one somewhere. Missing one. Oh, here we go.